Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to talk about the big news that came out a couple days ago that Warner Brothers is in the process of being sold to Netflix. Yes. So for a while now, we have known that Warner Brothers Discovery has been looking to sell. Like not that long ago, we kind of found out that old Zaslav and them were in the process of actually when Discovery bought Warner Brothers, like, I don't even remember how long ago it was now. It had to have been like maybe 4 or 5 years ago now. It wasn't that long ago. But whenever they bought Warner Brothers, they wanted to merge it together, and they had the whole HBO fiasco where it went from HBO Max to HBO, then went to HBO Max Discovery, and then it was HBO. It was all this shit. Now it's HBO Max again. But they combined together, and we all know when Zaslav came in, he started cutting shit. You know, the fucking Batgirl movie was one of the biggest casualties. He was just cutting all kinds of shit. But it became abundantly clear that a lot of the reason they were cutting the fat was because they wanted to sell it. And it's ironically enough, this year has actually been a very good, productive year for Warner Brothers Discovery. I mean, between Sinners, the Minecraft movie, Superman, Weapons, I mean, the best Final Destination movie of all time. Like, I mean, they have actually put out a lot of hit movies this year. This has been a really good year for Warner Brothers, both financially and critically. So, you know, it's kind of sort of sad to see that this company is going to be sold again. This will be, I think, the third time the company has been sold in the last 10 years, I believe. Like, wasn't it bought by AT&T? And then it was so they sold to AT&T, then they sold to Warner Brothers Discovery. Then they sold to Discovery, and now they're selling it to Netflix. Yeah, this will be the third time this company has been sold in like the last 10 years, which is so sad. You know, I'm like a big movie guy. So I know all the companies. I know the Comcast, Universal, Paramount, Disney, WB, Warner Brothers. You know, like I know these companies, and it's sad to see one of the biggest, like, iconic film companies of our era, of all time, be just passed around like this. Really, like, the IP associated with this company and the products that this company has made over the decades, it's sad to see that it's, like I said, it's been sold. It's just been hot potato like this. And you would think after a successful year, maybe they would reconsider, but it was pretty obvious that they were just looking to sell it. And the three biggest people who are companies who were in on trying to buy this were Paramount, Paramount, Universal, and Netflix. Now, I think companies like Amazon and stuff might have been like thinking about it, or it might have been in the air, but it never went through. But yeah, those were the big companies that were trying to do something. And Comcast, Universal were just, everybody wanted Warner Brothers to get bought by them. Because in an ideal world, Comcast, Universal would be the best of both worlds, because the problem is Paramount. And, you know, I don't really want to get into the politics of it all on this channel, but let's just say Paramount have really, really close relations with the current administration in the White House, and that just kind of feels a touch uncomfortable. It's one thing to have situations like the Jimmy Kimmel situation, where the White House or the administrations are just making suggestions / threats or whatever, you know, because at the end of the day, you can still kind of isolate that. You can still it's not actually affecting the product being made. But when you have a company like Paramount that's literally kind of making it like, oh no, we are going to make these movies to cater towards a certain demographic of America, you kind of get a little nervous when you hear about them maybe getting Warner Brothers. Because then you're like, man, like, I don't even want to know what kind of shit they're going to start making if they get their hands on Warner Brothers, man. Woo, boy. Makes me a bit nervous. But Netflix, on the other hand, makes people nervous too. People are losing their shit right now because we all are worried about theaters. And Netflix has sort of like, they've sort of made it their what's the word I'm looking for? Unannounced job to shorten the windows to such a degree that people are going to just watch their shit at home. Netflix really does want to be just like, no, you can just watch your movies at home. And the thing about it is, we as an audience, we as consumers have sort of gone in that direction. I think COVID has done more damage to the film industry, to the movie industry, to so much than anything, because COVID was the moment in time where people realized how comfortable they were watching movies at home. Not to say that movie theaters weren't already sort of on the decline, just from a byproduct of companies constantly, like, it's funny, before COVID, the whole conversation was companies are like putting these movies theaters out of business because they keep asking for more pieces of the pie. They keep asking for bigger chunks of the pie. Now it's people don't go out to movies as much. People go out to see big movies. Like right now, fucking Zootopia 2's got like $900 million, which I will see Zootopia 2 probably next week, so I'll review that. But still, Zootopia 2's almost got $900 million. So people are going out to see movies, but they're not going out to see movies the same way they once used to. And Netflix has taken advantage of that by providing people with being able to just watch those movies at home. And a lot of people are scared, a lot of people are nervous, including myself, that the theatrical experience is going to go away. That Netflix is going to corner the market even more than they already have. Like, they're going to just make exclusive things. Like, the CEO of Netflix have already talked about shortening the window. He's already talked, like, the way he talks about it, like, we're evolving it with the current audiences. It really makes it sound like, movies are going to start being in theaters for, like, 20 days, like a couple weeks tops, and then they're gonna be coming to Netflix, which affects all the other companies. Now Disney is trying to stay strong and trying to still be like, we're gonna make our movies. Paramount too, Universal too. So there are other companies, and there's a big vacuum because while I do think that like Warner Brothers is still gonna make movies, they're gonna keep the company intact, they're still gonna do their thing. And one less streaming service to pay for, I'm not really mad about it. I wasn't paying for HBO Max anyway, so, HBO Max isn't really bothering me. But I will say this. This will be probably the first domino effect in theaters going out of business. I don't think theaters will ever truly go completely out of business. But put it this way. I would predict in the next 10 years or so, it's gonna be like 4 or 5 theaters in a state, dude. Theaters are gonna start, like 4 or 5 years from now, theaters are gonna be treated like Broadway theaters. It's gonna be treated like Broadway theaters, whereas like there's like a couple of these big, huge, over-the-top theaters. You have to get your tickets ahead of time to go see it. Like, it's gonna be more expensive. It's gonna be so expensive to go to the movie theaters that there's gonna be an event you have to build your entire fucking on a vacation around. Like, I'm telling you, that's what it feels like. Like, movies, it's gonna be so much harder for anybody. You're gonna have to have a very big movie in order to get into movie theaters in the next 10 years from now. And it's just kind of catch-22 because on one hand, it's not like there's less people working, but there's more opportunities. It's weird. There are more opportunities and less opportunities at the same time because it's just things are changing, man. Things are changing. And while I am nervous because I am someone who goes to theaters all the time, I am someone who loves that movie-going experience, I have to, we have to just face the reality that us as the consumers, if people were going to the movie theaters all the time, then Netflix would have went out of business. But they haven't because people aren't going to the movie theaters all the time. And this is just another step. Now, granted, they have to get through the whole process of, buying it. They have to go through legality and, make sure they're not getting a monopoly and all this shit. But I'm pretty sure Netflix is going to get it. I feel pretty confident they will get it. And we're going to just have to see what happens next after that. Whether or not we're not going to really see too many Warner Brothers movies in theaters for long periods of time or whatnot, I don't know. But, hey, look, we just going to have to see. I don't know what this means. I hope this doesn't affect any other companies, but this is definitely an opportunity for someone to step up and take that space. If Warner Brothers is gone, this is another opportunity for another company to step up and take this spot if they can do it. And I hope they can, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe and comment below. What do you think of this huge Netflix by Warner Brothers deal? Comment below and let me know. See you guys on the next one.